Welcome back to the Midnight Files, the show where the shadows have stories and the darkness speaks. I'm your host, Brian. Tonight, we're unlocking the door to one of the most infamous haunted houses in America, a place where an innocent girl's life ends in tragedy, and the child's spirit may not be as harmless as she seems. This is the story of the Sallie House. The house sits at 508 North 2nd Street in Atchison, Kansas, a quiet little town known for its scenic views along the Missouri River, then its brush with the supernatural. But behind the white picket fence of the seemingly ordinary home lies a history soaked in fear and mystery. The house was built in the mid-1800s, commissioned by Michael Finney. It remained in the Finney family for several decades, and, during that time, served not only as a residence, but also as a makeshift doctor's office. That's where our story truly begins. According to the legend, a local doctor believed to be Charles Finney, a descendant of Michael, was practicing medicine out of the house. One day, a young girl, only around 6 years old, was brought into the home in agonizing pain. Her name? Sallie. Some say she was the doctor's patient. Others claim she was the daughter of a poor servant or laborer. Sallie was suffering from intense abdominal pain, what we now recognize as appendicitis. The doctor diagnosed her correctly, but he feared that waiting for the anesthesia to take effect would allow her appendix to burst. So, in a desperate attempt to save her, he began the operation while she was still conscious. Sallie died on the table, screaming in pain, terrified and betrayed, and some say she never left. The story of the Sallie House might have faded into obscurity if not for the Pikman family. In 1993, Tony and Deborah Pikman moved into the house with their newborn son. At first, it seemed like a dream. Affordable, cozy, perfect for a young couple starting a family. But almost immediately, strange things began to happen. At first, it was subtle. Lights flickered. Cold spots appeared in the nursery. Their dog growled at unseen forces, refusing to enter certain rooms. Then came the scratches, deep, angry red marks that would appear on Tony's chest and back without any warning or explanation. He described seeing apparitions, but most notably, the spirit of a little girl. Toys in the nursery came to life at night, and Tony, he began to lose time, becoming aggressive, withdrawn, as if something was trying to take over. Paranormal investigators were called in. Some claimed to have captured electronic voice phenomena, with whispers saying, "Get out," and "It's mine." Others experienced physical attacks, being scratched, shoved, and overwhelmed by waves of nausea and dread. Interestingly, the most intense activity always centered around men, especially Tony. What's the theory? Sallie's spirit, if that's what it truly is, harbors a deep distrust of men, especially authority figures like doctors. It's believed she associates male energy with pain and betrayal and acts out accordingly. But not everyone believes the entity is a child at all. Over the years, some psychics and investigators have proposed a darker theory, that the spirit, pretending to be Sallie, is something else entirely. A demonic entity. One that uses the guise of an innocent girl to gain the trust, and then feeds off the fear and chaos that it creates. Some point to the increasingly violent nature of the activity, the possession-like symptoms Tony experienced, and the malevolent energy almost felt by everyone who enters the house. In fact, even after the Pikmans fled, visitors have continued to report unexplainable occurrences, cell phones dying the moment they enter the house, cameras malfunctioning, shadow figures lurking in the corners, and disembodied voices calling out names. And the scariest part, it doesn't always stay behind. There have been claims of spirits following people home after visiting the Sallie House, nightmares, strange voices, furniture being moved in the middle of the night, hundreds miles away from Atchison. So, what is the Sallie House? A tragic haunting? A cautionary tale of medical arrogance? Or something far more sinister? Something that wears the mask of a child to deceive and destroy? The truth is, no one knows for sure. But one thing is certain. The house is still there, still watching, and still waiting. And if you ever find yourself in Atchison, Kansas, you can book a tour, walk the halls, sit in a nursery, ask Sallie if she's home. But be careful what you wish for. You might just get your answer. That's all for tonight of this episode of the Midnight Files. If you've got your own encounter with the paranormal or a theory about what really haunts the Sallie House, send it in. We'd love to hear it. And until next time, maybe sleep with one eye open. And never ignore the knock at the door. Good night.